Hey guys, welcome back to Stewie's Garage. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the outer and inner tie rod on a 2002 Audi A4 Quattro. So here we have the new one, nice and snug there. Can't even twist the inner. It's the inner tie rod. Here's the old one. So these are the old ones from the driver's side. And the outer tie rod, pretty loose. I'm gonna take this wheel off real quick and show you how to do it. So let's raise the car first. Gotta pull the wheel off. It's a 17 millimeter. I'm gonna put my stack of safety bricks underneath, just in case, you know. So before I take all this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little measurement here. And it's between the nut and the outer tie rod. So got about 16.2. What I'm measuring is basically the distance between this nut's face right here and the outer tie rod. So I'm grabbing it like that. This one's not going to be the same because it's new and nothing's adjusted, but I'm trying to save the alignment by keeping that measurement, so when I install this new tie rod, I can just get that measurement back and it'll be roughly the same distance, unless there's extreme wear or something, but just going to try and get the alignment back to close to what it was by doing that. Before I get started, I'm just going to lubricate a few of these nuts, bolts, make things a little easier. We're going to want to start with this guy right here, which is a 16. So pop that off. And then we've got a 13 on top. Break that loose, zip it off. There's that bolt. Now we should be able to knock this pin out. There's the pin, kind of dirty. And now we should be able to pull the tie rod down. Might need a little persuasion. And there it is. So that's nice and loose now. And I can feel like there's a ton of play in this thing, so it's good replacing it. Now I'm gonna break the actual tie rod end loose. I actually should have done this while it was still together, but you can do it when it's off too. So I got an 18 millimeter wrench on the inside and a 22 on the out. That loose. Hopefully this just unthreads. Yeah. If you're in a situation like mine where it's seized, I guess we'll just move on with taking the rubber boot off. So, grabbing this clip with some vice grips. Yeah, I'll leave it there. And if we look deep down inside, maybe I can show you. There's a little clip there. I'm just gonna remove that with this super long screwdriver. See if I can film and do this at the same time. Yeah, I think I got it. All right. So broke that clip loose. Should be able to pull the boot forward. May have to twist it. All right, pop that off. Okay. I was not planning to do it this way, but sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna bunch this boot up onto here, and we can just work around it. But basically, we're after this little nut-shaped thing, which is the inner tie rod kind of socket, I guess you'll call it. So basically what we've uncovered is this. What you need to get that off is an inner tie rod removal tool like this. and we'll slide that around there, cinch it down, and then we'll just break it loose like a wrench, you know, like grabbing it from the side and just twisting it off. So let me get this on there and I'll show you how we break that loose. Alright, got that clamped on there. Cinch it on really good. Alright, that feels pretty good. Should be enough. And we take my super long extension bar. Just basically plug that into there. So, break that loose now. Okay, it's loose. Now that I broke that loose, I should be able to spin this whole thing off. So that's how that was grabbing that. You can see now, and there's a whole thing. We go back together, we'll take the boot off. There's our unit. Take these off real quick. So I gotta go get on the vise and break this thing apart because it's really messed up. But you gotta separate these guys in order to free our boot. We need to get this boot off, so we need to unbolt this here. So I might have to torch it. I think I got it. Yep, just rusty and nasty. Love working on suspension. Take our clip off. Now we should be able to slide our boot off. Alright, so we got our boot off. There's our inner tie rod. Kind of worn out. Actually not like horrible. So, pretty rusty. Got them separated. That's what you need to do to be able to get the boot on and off. So, we'll go put the new one in now. Alright, so we're ready to put the new tie rod in. This is the inner tie rod. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the same way I got the old one out. I'm going to use the tie rod removal tool. Put that on there. Tighten that up. And just use it like a wrench and twist this on. Alright, we'll put the long extension back in now. Like so. That should be good. Don't have to go crazy on it. Double check it. Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay, got our wrench off. So for putting the boot back on, we want to have a clamp, you know, here. The old clamp isn't really reusable. It's a one-time crimp clamp. So what I do is I just use some zip ties, doubled up, like so. It's good to preset the tension a little bit, and then to get around in there it's kind of tight, so I'm going to remove these tails for the most part, and then I'm going to grab this tail, cinch it up tight once I'm in there. Let's see if I can film stuff. It's very hard to film in here. Slide this over. Once it's on, you gotta be kind of surgical to get the clamp tight. I use some long pliers and a screwdriver. That should be tight enough to pull it in place. Put our little clamp back on here. Whoa. Got that clamp there. It's looking good. Now we just got to put the outer tie rod on. It's good to put little anti-seize on these threads. It's probably too much, but I do not want this thing seizing up again like it did the first time. So put that in there. And I'm going to do a little measurement. Try and get back to that 16.2. I'm at 11. Let me back this out. 15.5. So now that I'm close, 15.5, I'll go ahead and reinstall this and we'll do adjustments. Okay, so I'm going to be careful as I do this. Put a little anti-seize on this bolt. That's what's going to go in top. Put a little anti-seize on this guy as well, just so it slides in good. Pull this out. Put this back where it belongs. Okay. Put that in there. This part's a little tricky because what we have to do, there's a flat spot on that bolt or on that piece we just put in. I gotta get the flat spot facing this way so that this pin can slide past it. So I believe I lined it up right. Yep. We've got that pin in place. Now we can tighten this and this for good. This top guy by hand. Shoot this in. And that's that for that. Cool. Just got to do a few adjustments on length and then we should be good. Get my 18. Come in here and make this a little bigger. Square that nut up. Check the distance. 16.09. Loosen my nut a little. So actually that's 16.3. That's perfect right there. We're gonna hold it with the 18. And we'll tighten this nut down. Good and snug. Cool. Check it one more time for distance. 16.4, that's perfect. Cool, so replaced the tie rod, adjusted it back to the same distance that it was, and now gotta throw the wheel back on and of course take it for a test drive because that's always important to check how it's driving. So we'll throw this tire back on now. It's always a good trick to put just a little anti-seize on these surfaces here. Like that. Because your tires can get stuck, or your wheels can get stuck against that surface. I've had it happen on this car several times. Alright, should be good. Just gotta remove my safety brakes. Alright, all done with these. Put her down. And now I get to clean up everything. But thanks for watching Stewie's Garage. I hope that helped you know how to do the tie rods on your Audis or Volkswagen. I'm sure it's the same. So yeah, that's how you place the inner and outer tie rod on Audi A4. Look at that. Hold on. Thanks for watching Stewie's Garage. I'll see you in the next one.